at all.
It's a film with a purpose.
I don't know how I'm handling this no more. The only thing I ain't done is legit talk to somebody.
One that goes much deeper than just to entertain.
Cycle is about a young man from the inner city who witnesses something traumatic like in front of him, and it's kind of like life altering for him. So he's put on this path to try to steer away from falling into the same cycle of like violence and drugs and everything like that.
The film Cycle explores how outside influences like friends and other pressures affect people, but also touches on going to therapy and how that can help.
Go talk to Dr. Allen. There ain't nothing I can say. Ain't nothing your homie down the block can say, your mama. It was really a story to kind of destigmatize therapy and mental illness.
This from the mind of filmmaker John Alexander. He wrote, directed, and edited Cycle.
Kind of dives in a little bit deeper than just mental health as a whole. It's kind of specifically mental health with black men.
Making films that spark discussion on what can be difficult subjects has become somewhat of a calling card for Alexander.
It kind of gives people a safe space, and it kind of lets people like sit in this room and look around like, hey, I'm not the only one going through this.
Damn, cuz you crying, what's up with you?
After screening, he let people talk about their personal experiences and even had therapists on hand giving out information.
You can tell the story, it can be beautiful and everything like that, but what's next, especially if you have a goal behind it, like something like mental health.
Alexander is new to the St. Louis filmmaking scene, but he's already making a name for himself, especially with his other film called Enough.
You expect somebody to feel sorry for you? For what?
Enough has a similar mental health theme, and in this film, Alexander claims the titles of writer, director, videographer, and starring actor.
I submitted it to the Benton Park Film Festival that happened in March of this year, and it got accepted. That was my first film festival that I submitted to, and it's screening in the St. Louis Filmmakers Showcase, and it will be in the Bronze Lens Festival in Atlanta in August. So I guess it's been doing pretty well. People enjoy it.
His art is partly an imitation of his life and the lives of those around him.
I wasn't as happy as I could be, and I had to kind of like, dive in and just like figure out what was going on. And these two projects were kind of like products of that. In each film, his message is clear. You can only go so far if you're not, okay on the inside, okay emotionally and mentally. And it can be a burden, it can weigh down on you. So I want people to be the best person that they can be, and the only way you can be that is if you're okay with yourself. He's an up-and-coming filmmaker who is certainly proving that he has more than enough when it comes to talent. But don't expect all of his films to be so serious. It sounds like his next project will be quite different. I'm leaning more towards the horror thriller genre, so that may be what's next.